welcome to the bonus session on how to crack interviews in football analytics. Right. So there is a lot to it. Every time you apply, it's not first of all, it's not a traditional approach, right? Where you have all your qualifications listed and just apply to jobs because here you'll have to do something extra, something to get you noticed. So how do we start with that and what all has to be done? Let's dive into it and see. Okay. So there are so many questions for a first timer that come to mind. Everyone are in the 3+ years I've been working in the sports analytics industry, especially with football. People keep asking me the very same thing. How do I start? Right? Where do I start from? And there are so many other questions that come to mind that I have come across, even I have thought of and have come across throughout my journey is how to get started, which platform to choose. It's an eternal, debate that Python versus R for data analysis. But again, that is also a question whether Excel is enough. Do you need Python, R, and so on and so forth? Then what to learn first? There are so many things like statistics, analytical concepts, then the data science concepts, machine learning concepts, the programming concepts, everything. There is so many things to learn. So what do you learn first? Where do you start from? Right. Then again, now if I know where to start, where do I find the data to, do some analysis? How do I do that? Do I copy paste it? Do I do it manually? Do I collect manually? Are any other data providers out there who will give me, something to get started? And so on and so forth. What to analyze? How to present that analysis? So in what to analyze, basically you can say that, you know, where to start from. Uh, you might think that, oh, analyzing a points table is pointless because everything is right there, you can see it there, but there are different things you can do even with the, least amount of data that you have for any league, any season, or any player as such, or any team, how to present that, how to write your analysis. Once you have analyzed, you need to write it, you need to convey to people who are not analytically skilled or who are not into the analytics, they don't know the jargon that you may know. How do you convey it to, a layman or an average person or a football fan? That also comes into, mind. Whether you're writing, who to write for, whether you're writing for the fans, are you writing for coaches, are you writing for players, are you writing for managers, and so on and so forth. How do you get recognized, right? If you do the work, how do you present? Again, it comes to how do you present, where do you present your work, where do you publish it, and all. How to apply? That's the crux of it. If you want a job, you need to apply. So how to apply? There are not open positions always advertised everywhere like the standard IT industry or the marketing or ad industry as such. But how do you come to know about sports analytics or football analytics jobs and how to apply and many more questions like this. So we'll get to all of these one by one, and we'll start looking into what steps do we need to do to job hunt in football analytics essentially. Let's start with the first step is to learn. You cannot start anything, you cannot uh, get your own work done unless you learn something. Something has to be learned to start your analysis or collecting of data, or even an idea of an analysis. Something has to be learned, some statistical concepts have to be learned, some analytical concepts have to be learned. Data science, machine learning, all will come, it will come later on, but all of those you have to learn it, right? So learning, I would say, will never stop no matter what stage you are at. In general also, and especially in football analytics, because there are new things coming up every year, every 6 months or so, where you need to keep up, you need to know what is there out there right now. And even basic concepts like uh, you know analytical or statistical concepts like standard deviation, variance, averages, what affects the averages and all those things, analytical concepts, even visualizations and so on and so forth, even programming. Like we started Python. So what exactly is Python? You start small, only then you can do something, right? You need to know how Python works, at least at the basic level. Only then will you be able to do a basic level of analysis, right? So that's the first step. Always start learning. Pick up your tools, pick up your books, PDFs, online tools, courses, videos, anything that you can get your hands on. Start learning. The next thing is do some work based on your learning with some practical examples and build your personal brand, because that is how you will know what you have learned. First of all, you will apply it, you will find mistakes in it, you will go back, learn some more, and come back and publish a better analysis, or create a better analysis even before publishing, right? There can be 2 3 iterations of the same analysis. Maybe you missed a point, maybe something is amiss there, you did not uh, the numbers are not to the right scale and all. So these two steps kind of go hand in hand, more or less, because the learning leads to analyzing and building your personal brand, and then you come back, you learn some more, and you keep publishing, you keep analyzing, and you keep getting better, right? Now the next one is get recognized, because once you build your personal brand, the next thing is get recognized, because once you build your personal brand, people have to know about it. If you, let's say, start a blog about football analytics, how do people know about it, right? Are you reaching out to the right people? Are you networking, right, to the right set of communities? So you need to know where your writing for the average fan is different, because in your circle also there'll be a lot of football fans, but everyone will not be interested in it, and everyone won't have the contacts to take your analysis further somewhere, to someone who is hiring, or knows someone in the sports industry as such. So you need to start networking, you need to start joining groups, and so on and so forth. That is what getting recognized means, right? You start talking about your analysis in public, in certain communities, and also react and see what others are doing, right? So that is how you get recognized. And the next step is write and apply, because like I said earlier, the jobs are not advertised openly every time, right? Some people might do it, some people might not do it, right? They might look within the community itself. So first of all, you need to be in the community. You need to have not have contacts as such, but be aware of what is going on around the community, or around the football analytics community, and so on and so forth, right? And then you write and apply, and you keep writing. You find someone, okay, I've done this, maybe you can ask someone to check it out and see whether they have a requirement of something of that sort. That is, you keep doing that over and over, and go back to learning. So this is a cycle which keeps going, because if you apply, it's not guaranteed that you will immediately get hold of something, or even get a reply or get a response as such, because again, you're applying to mostly jobs which are not advertised, and maybe they don't even have an opening, but you just want to share your work. Sometimes you won't get a response, or you might get a negative response or constructive criticism. Take that, learn some more, again keep building your personal brand, again get recognized, publish that work, let the community see what you have done, let everyone see that okay, this is where you are at, write and apply, keep going in this cycle. And so this kind of it's not a foolproof or the only method to do things, but this is what most of the football analytics community is doing right now, and this is how it is shaped currently. So you keep doing this particular cycle, and you will someone ultimately will recognize your work, and you'll get a chance to showcase. So keep working on it. So I would not say this is a mantra, a shortcut, a sure way, the steps towards success as such, nothing of that sort. But this is how currently the system is operating as far as I have seen, and it would be beneficial for you to follow to go this route. But if you have your own route, it proves good to you. uh, you are free to do that. There is no single path to success as such. So that's it for this lecture, guys. I'll see you in the next one.